In '06, in Dallas County, every Republican on the ballot wiped out. In Dallas County, is not a Republican office in Dallas County.
These Democrats loaded up with train load of money, telegraphed their punch, and said, what we did in Dallas County, we're going to do it in Harris County. 25% of the state's electorate. We're going to go down there and we're going to do it. The same thing, and we're not hiding it. And in '08, they took 27 out of 32 elections on the ballot. Wiped out all of our judges but 3. And they have a plan. You guys know it. They held a rally right here in Austin. Turn Texas blue. They're going to use the Colorado model. They're going to use how they won Virginia, how they won North Carolina, how they won county, how they won Harris County, and they want to do it for the whole state of Texas. This is what Patrick J. Buchanan calls a demographic crisis. I walked into the room tonight and saw the sister sitting over here. And I'm like, got some color in the room. Glory to God. Because it's that critical. It's that critical. I'll take a look. Harris County, Texas. 1/4 of the population, or the electorate in the state of Texas. 1/4. And Hispanics are the majority. In Harris County. African Americans, around 20%. The truth of the matter is, you can register every Anglo in Harris County. They can all vote Republican and still lose. It's the truth. If you guys don't get, I'm talking about y'all in here tonight, if y'all don't get on board to deal with this crisis, you understand how critical this is. And we need your volunteerism right now. We need your imagination right now. We need your energy right now. If you don't understand, we are in trouble because you're the future. We're talking about what you're going to leave to your children and your grandchildren when some of us in this room, maybe me, are 6 feet under and gone. It's a paradigm shift in politics. The '08 election means that presidential politics, statewide politics, it will never be the same. How you campaign, how you message, how you raise money, who you talk to, never be the same. Why is a race like Marilyn Jackson so important? Because those folks over 51 are what we're going to have in this party going forward. We have to make the attempt to turn 51 red because it has an impact on statewide elections. It's an imperative. And we've had leadership at all levels of the party, national, state, local, that have been derelict in their duty. They had this data. They've understood the demographic trends, either they're utterly ignorant, utterly incompetent, utterly inept, or simply don't have the skill set to be able to strategy and employ tactics to attack the challenge, to attack this crisis. When Mr. Obama took office, they trumpeted an economic crisis. They threw everything at it, including a $787 billion kitchen sink. And I'm telling you, as conservatives, I'm telling you, as Republicans, we face a demographic crisis right now. And we have to throw everything at this crisis and address it. And what you've got to know, that the folks that we're targeting to bring diversity into our ranks, they agree with us. Right down the litany of issues, right down the litany of issues. We just have to have the boldness, the courage, the audacity, if I can use that word, to go over there and talk to them, micro-target them, identify them, persuade them to begin voting their values and stop voting color or somebody with a D behind their name. You can't sit here wringing your hands. You have to understand what the predicament is. And you have to be leaders, which means you get up and you go do it. You don't wait for somebody else to do it. You get involved, you get in the trenches, you get dirty, and you give these little a mouthful of elbow. Now that's the way it is, straight, no chaser. Now what I'd like to do is come back here and talk to you guys specifically. Do a detailed, what we call boot camp, which we're going to be doing March the 6th. with the Austin Republican women. It's going to be our first major boot camp here in Travis County. What is a boot camp? The first half of it is education. We show you the political topography, nationally, statewide, here in Travis County. What is the political reality? While we're all giddy about 2010, while we're all giddy about Scott Brown and Virginia and New Jersey, I'm telling you, listen to me, these kind of victories in the future are going to be far and few between if you don't begin employing strategies to grow the base of the racial diversity. It'll be a temporary high. So the first part of boot camp will actually give you a realistic x-ray of the political, and more importantly, what the GOP looks like. And come back, and then we'll actually train you how to go out and do the grassroots work in the neighborhood canvassing. Because you're going to have to do it. Right now we're relying on little old women, hey, but they're out there doing it. You need to be out there too. On a weekend basis, you know that if we were able to employ, at RaisingOpenOffense.org, if we were able to employ 40 college Republicans across the state, to simply go out there 16 hours a weekend and knock on doors and do our surveying, do you know that we would be able to touch about 130,000 households from now to November? Identify conservatives in those households and back up and now start micro-targeting them, persuading them to vote their values. We'll be able to train you. We're able to deploy you to different campaigns, like Marilyn Jackson's campaign or Mr. Chauvet's campaign. How about that? Because you guys need to be the boots on the ground. How about if we're able to develop a payroll of RaisingOpenOffense.org so that once you graduate and you want some experience and you want to work in the political field, you can come work with us. Building policy, doing fundraising, doing media. I mean, all things that it takes to help a candidate like a Marilyn Jackson or Mr. Shoppy, folks who have never run in politics before. Let me be honest about it. Political neophytes with very little political acumen that need a whole lot of politics and a whole lot of it. But they've got compelling narratives, and they would be great citizen candidates, and they would represent our values, but they need some help to overcome an entrenched incumbent.